Hello students, today we will study the exercise 5.1. This is the topic of standard 8, chapter number 5, data handling. So in previous classes we have studied about how we can handle the data, right? So what thing we can do to handle the data? We can make a frequency distribution table. Second thing that we can do is we can make the grouped frequency distribution table. If we have large number of data, then we can represent the data by grouped frequency distribution table. So based on that concept, here we have to study the question number 1, that is of exercise 5.1, and see what is the question. Question is, for which of these would you use a histogram to show the data? Now we know that when we use the histogram in previous classes, whenever we have made a frequency distribution table using class, that means grouped frequency distribution table. Whenever there is a grouped frequency distribution table, then only we can draw the histogram. And why? Because there is no gap in the histogram, and when we make the group, we take the value such that there should not be a gap. So we have to identify from the given data that in which data we can draw the histogram. If we can make the grouped frequency distribution table from the given data, then only we can draw the histogram. So let us check one by one. The first thing we have given is the data is given as A, the number of letters for different areas in a postman's bag. So here, is there anything by using we can make the groups, we can make the class? Two things we have given, the number of the letters and different areas. So there are two quantities, one is area and one is number of letters. So to represent this kind of data, we can use the bar graph. We cannot make the class, we cannot make the group for this type of data. So this, for A option, we cannot draw the histogram, and that is the reason that for that kind of data we cannot make the class intervals or we cannot make the groups, right? Okay. B, the height of competitors in an athletics meet. So some of the athletics are meet together and we have to collect the data of their height. So the height of the competitors in an athletics meet. So here height is of different values, like we can make here the class intervals, like the height from 150 centimeter to 155 centimeter, 155 centimeter to 160 meter. In this way, if the heights are in the higher value, then we can make the more classes. If the heights are from the lower value from this, we can make another classes by taking the lower values. So here, yes, we can make the class. Here we can make the group. So as we can make the group, we can make the class, we can draw the histogram to represent this data, whatever given in the option B. Right? Okay. Let us study the C. The data in the C we have given is the number of the cassettes produced by 5 companies. So here two kinds of data, number of companies and number of cassettes. 5 companies, we have given the 5 companies. So to represent this data, we can use only the bar graphs, because here we cannot make the class intervals, right? Okay. Now last one, that is D. The number of passengers boarding trains from 7 of morning to 7 of the evening, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. at a station. Okay. So here the data is about the number of the passengers who boardings from a station. Also we have given the time. So yes, we can distribute the time. We can make the class of the time like this: from 7 morning 7 a.m. to 8 a.m., 8 to 9, 9 to 10, and how many passengers? Number of passengers who get boarded, that is 7 to 8, let's suppose 20 passengers. 8 to 9, let's suppose 50 passengers. And 9 to 10, let's suppose 60 passengers. So in this data, we can make the class, we can make the group. But which data? By taking the time, we can make the group. Okay, so this data we can represent whatever we have given in the D, that we can represent as a grouped frequency distribution table, and so that we can draw the histogram for this data. So this data, whatever given in the B and D, we can draw the histogram to represent the data. Okay, understand? Okay, let us study the now question number 2. And what is the question? Question is, the shoppers who come to a departmental store are marked as man, woman, boy or girl 4 times. The following list gives the shoppers who came during the first hour in the morning. And the data we have given is this. What we have to do by this data? Make a frequency distribution table using the tally marks. Draw a bar graph to illustrate it. So here we have to do the 2 things. One is to draw the histogram. We have to make a frequency distribution table and we have to draw the bar graph. So these are the data at a departmental store. The customers who visit that departmental store in the first hour, in the very first hour when the store were open, this number of customers visit that departmental store. So here these are the data. So we have to make a frequency distribution table using the tally mark. So here we have made a 3 columns. One is the shoppers. So these all are the shoppers. Tally marks. And third one is the numbers. Numbers, whatever we get here, we have to write down here. So by this we can distribute this data. We can arrange this row data in a grouped manner, in a one type of manner, right? We can arrange the data using this table. So let us start. Here we have to calculate the tally marks. So first, here the first one is women. So here we have to make a tally mark. Then again woman. Okay. Second one woman. Third, in this way, girl. So here we have to make 1 mark. Boy, here we have to make 1 mark. And 2 women. So here we have to make 2 marks. But this is 4 is completed. Then we have to make this type of bar. So this will become a bunch of 5 bars. Now men again. So here we have to make 1 bar. So the first row is over. Right? Now 2 girls are there. So we have to make 2 bars here. Then 2 men. So we have to make here 2 bars. Then 3 women. So 3 women. So now we have to make one another. 1, 2 and 3. Right? 3 women. So now here girl and boy. 1 girl and 1 boy. Then man and woman. 1 man and 1 woman. Then boy, girl, girl. 1 boy and 2 girl. So this is 5th, this is 6th, right? Now man. So here also it is completed. Then 2 women. 2 women means 1 we have to make like this, and now this one is like this. Now 2, then 2 men. Again 2 men here. And 3 women. 3 women. So 1, 2 and 3. Right? Now man, woman and boy. Man, woman and boy. Man, woman and boy. Now woman, girl. Woman and girl. So here women and 1 girl. Woman and girl. Now man and 4 women. Man and 4 women. 1, 2, 3 and 4. This is for fifth. Right? Now girl, woman, one is girl, one is again woman, then 2 men. So here 1 man and this is second one. Right? Now 2 women again. 2 women, then man, woman, man, woman, then girl, 1 girl, then woman, man, again woman and man, then girl, 1 more girl, right? Then woman, again 1 woman, then 2 men, this one and this one, then boy, 1 boy, 2 girls and 2 women. Complete? Okay, now let us calculate whatever we get here. See, this is 5 plus 5 plus 5. So total is the 50. Total we get here data is 50. Now women, 5 plus 5 10, 10 plus 5 15, 15 plus 5 20, 25 and 3 28. Whatever we get, what we get here 28. Okay. Now boys, how many boys? 5. And calculate the number of girls. 5 plus 5 10 plus 2, that is 12. Okay, so now you can compare this total of this with this. See, the total will be 28 plus 12, that is 40, and 15 plus 5, that is 20. So 40 plus 20, that is 60. So total number of data, this row data is 60. Okay, you can also cross check with this data. Okay. Okay, so now we have to represent this data in a bar graph, right? So how we can draw the bar graph? Here we have two things. One is the shoppers, number of shoppers, and one is, this is the type of shoppers and this is the number of shoppers. So on horizontal axis we can take the types of the shoppers, and on vertical axis we can take the number of the shoppers. So here 4 types: man, woman, boys and girl. And numbers, we have taken scale of 5 members per unit. 1 unit is equals to 5 shoppers. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 and 30. We have to go up to 30 because the last main data is of 28. Greatest data is of 28. You can take another scale. You can take the scale of 2, 4, 6, 8. Right? It is depends on you. Right? So now the first man is of 15 number. So we have to make a bar which has a height equal to 15. In the same way, women is of number is 28. So we have to make the height of this bar up to 28. See, it is not exactly the 30. We have to make a little bit down from the 30. So it is gives us 28. Third value is boys, that is 5. So we have to make a height up to the 5 only. And for girls, that is the value is 12. So we have to make the height of this bar up to the value 12. That is little bit more than the number of this value 10. So this is the number of girls. So in this way, we can represent this situation, this raw data as a picture, as a graph. So here in this way, now you can understand how we can represent the raw data as a table and as a graph. Okay. So this is all about this lecture. Thank you.